Yell at Lush.
Rolling. Hang on. Let me just have a sip of something.
Go for it. Let's drink together. One, two, three.
Classic.
That was one of those nostril shots you were talking about.
I know. Yours are good too.
Okay, what's the next thing I want to say? You mentioned there was something very eco-friendly about your tours.
Affordable, eco-friendly travel.
How does that work? You're like what? You're not going to burn fuel? You're going to have
I'm
people
recycling
in
all
the
this
back
cat hair that I got.
rowing the tour?
No.
It's eco-friendly? No
eco-friendly.
gas?
We're offsetting all the carbon created by our cruise, and we've partnered with carbonfund.org to plant an equal amount of trees that will suck all of that carbon out of the air for all the air travel, all the hotel travel, and the entire cruise for all of our passengers. And we do that for all of our vacations, all of our office operations, all of our internal flights. All of our carbon is offset. So
you have some way of measuring the carbon you're creating and measuring what it would take to offset it.
Yes.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
So basically you just calculate how much fuel you would use to, say, take a flight from San Francisco to New Orleans.
Right.
And Carbon Fund, they know how to make all these calculations. So we contacted the cruise line and we found out exactly how much fuel they're expecting to burn and exactly what kind of fuel that is. And Carbon Fund figures out what that puts into the atmosphere. And they figure out how much we need to offset. And we're contributing to a project actually in Louisiana where we're leaving from. So we're going to suck the carbon out of the air where we left it. So I feel like it's really freaking cool.
That is really freaking cool.
We're leaving a lot of trees in our wake.
That is very freaking cool. So how did you come up with that idea? What made you want to not only start a cruise business, but something that was going to take care of the environment at the same time? Is this something that has always been with you for your whole life or newly discovered?
No, I was a rabid environmentalist before I was a lesbian or, anything else. That was the first thing
you were a lesbian and didn't even know it. Rabid environmentalist.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I was on the boys basketball team and the boys tackle football team. So I guess deep down I really knew. But,
something was different.
The first thing I admitted to myself was that I was a vegetarian.
It starts there often.
Yeah, it does.
Are you still a vegetarian?
Yeah, 20 years later.
Good. My cat feels safer now that she's right by your mouth.
I know.
The
cat. I told you cats know that I'm allergic to them and that I love them and that we just like air kiss.
Have you and Mama made out yet? Mama Kitty?
No. I just am covered in her hair.
Yeah, you are.
I'm taking it home. I'm going to make an Afghan or something. Because I like to use everything again.
Yeah. Recycle.
Nothing goes to waste with me, no.
Are you going to have any sort of bungee jumping events?
I would really like to. I think ideally we could do bungee jumping, skydiving, and like scuba diving. Like
parasailing?
Parasailing, yeah. I cracked my tailbone.
Elephant parasailing?
Mm-hmm. When I was 12. I landed on a rocky beach. Like,
ow!
It was like a really big accident. Anyway, my tailbone is like broken and fused.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
So I'm not into the parasailing that much. I don't like horseback riding either.
Well, I would imagine.
Yeah,
with a broken tailbone, it probably isn't very fun.
No, I don't like sitting either.
I imagine it would bring up the trauma again and again and again.
I don't really see the point. I'd rather ride a bike.
That hurts my butt.
I know, I'm like, could you shake less, you freaking... I'm like, what the hell?
I'm going to go home and have a talk with my girlfriend about what we can expect on the cruise, because that way we can have the most fun with the least drama.
What also happens is, the power of an event like the Dinah Shore Weekend, which is really, really wonderful because it brings lesbians together from all over the world, or like a sweet cruise. We're going to bring 1,972 women together. It's the largest lesbian cruise ever. And they are all going to get together, and, it could be people from a really small town where they maybe know one other lesbian couple. And cool. It's just seeing this world that for the first time.
Right.
Wow. And it is unsettling to some relationships. And I think, I don't want to talk about, like, we're not going to ruin your relationships. It's really, really fun to travel in a couple. But some things that you should communicate about are just, like, hey, there's going to be some other ladies here.
Ultimately, you're not going to ruin anybody's relationship. Dinah Shore Weekend's not going to ruin anybody's relationship. Couples are responsible for taking care of their own relationships. And what we're doing right now is like bringing up things that maybe you haven't thought of. If you can put a little forethought into what might be the bumps in the road that we're going to hit together, maybe you can be prepared to navigate them together. So showing up at a place like Dinah Shore Weekend or a Sweet Cruise or these events where all of a sudden you're around hundreds of other lesbians, people are all going for different reasons, and getting really clear sort of on your mission statement with your girlfriend if you're going in a couple. What is our mission statement for this weekend? That's my new thing, is mission statements.
Really?
Yeah.
You're all about it?
I'm all about it. I realize when you're going to partner with anybody in anything, like whether it's a friend and you're going out one night, or whether you're with a group of friends or you're with your girlfriend and it's a personal thing, or you're starting a business with a group of friends, that mission statement can really help you stay clear when you're making decisions.
That's true.
Because you can have the best of intentions and the other people in your group have the best of intentions, but everybody can get a little wonky on what the mission is, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're missing each other and nobody's winding up on the same page, and it causes a lot of strife.
No, you're right. I think that's the main way that we solve problems at Sweet, actually, is, we have a problem, we have like an issue or, a point where we need to make a decision, and we look at all these different options and we're like, what's the sweetest thing? Is that sweet?
Yeah.
Is that in line with, does that feel good to everybody? Because we're always looking for the way that everybody wins.
Shannon thought that I was too over the top, and she gave me a martini to calm me down.
It's a Martoe-ni.
Martoe-ni.
We're going to call it a Martoe-ni.
Hey, I had an idea, Shannon.
Yeah?
Since you're talking about the whole packing of your sex...
Where's a